Yep. It is a very sad day for Indian cricket fans. India lost the Edgbaston test by 7 wickets. The bowling could not defend 378, and India's dreams of winning a test series in England after 15 years has crashed. 2007 they had last won a test match, and now this series has ended 2-2 when they very well could have been on the course of winning it either 3-1. With this result, India's hopes in the ICC World Test Championship cycle have taken a massive hit. Because with this loss and now the subsequent news that India have been fined 40% of their match fees, but more importantly, they have been docked 2 points. Because as per the World Test Championship cycle, if a team is 1 over behind or 2 overs behind, they will be docked 1 championship point each. So India were found to be 2 overs short, and that is why 2 more points have been deducted, which is going to be very, very crucial. So after the Edgbaston result and with this 2 points being docked, India are in 4th position. Australia and South Africa are way ahead, but who has benefited from India's points deduction? It's Pakistan. Pakistan are now in 3rd position, and they are primarily in a great position to possibly qualify for the final. I will explain to you why with the schedule as well as for the remaining 4 teams. I am not counting Bangladesh, I am not counting the defending ICC champions New Zealand, because look at the percentage points, 13 and 25. Even if they win their remaining games, they are not qualifying. Even England, they may be on a roll now with 4 consecutive wins, but this percentage point has impacted them big time. So Sri Lanka also are in a very middling position, because if you have to get to the World Test Championship cycle final, you have to get at least over 65 points. New Zealand had qualified with 70 percentage points in the previous cycle, and India had much more than them. So that is why the only contenders primarily are Australia, South Africa, Pakistan and India. So let me get into each and every aspect of this, and I will tell you now what is the scenario for each team. Now again, to remind you, how is the ICC World Test Championship percentage points calculated? The percentage points is calculated according to the number of points divided by the number of points available into 100. So essentially 84 points, you have a further matches available 12 points apiece. Australia, assuming they will be playing a total of you played 6 matches, you've gotten 72 points. 72 divided by 84 with 3 draws, 4. 72 divided by 84 gives you 77.78 percentage points. That is how the calculation is. Now this teams will lose 1 point for slow over rate. That is a massive blow, because look at India's position, -5. These are the penalties. Look at England, -12. These penalties are going to hurt India and England in the long run, because it is the same penalty for over rate that hurt Australia. Australia were docked 2 points during the Melbourne test in 2020, and that played a huge role in them not qualifying. So now, because India have now lost the Edgbaston test, they have now got 52.08 percentage points. The other big disadvantage for them is they are only going to play 2 series. What are the 2 series? They will play Bangladesh, which is the last away series in their cycle, and they will play Australia, 4 tests at home. What we thought could be a potential preview to the ICC World Test Championship final might not happen now because of this loss in Edgbaston. Australia are currently on top, 77.7 percentage points, and their position is even better for the sheer fact that they won the Ashes, but more crucially, they have won 2 tests in Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Remember, in the entire overseas cycle for Australia, all the 3 tests are in Asia. So that is why their position is simply brilliant at this point in time. I have said series left 3 because this ongoing series against Sri Lanka is there. So the remaining series that Australia have are Sri Lanka, the last test that they will play in Galle on 8th. They will play West Indies at home. So 2 pretty easy fixtures. But South Africa and India represent their ultimate difficulty because they have not defeated South Africa in a series since 2014. And India, same, they have not defeated India since 2014. So even if they lose 6 out of the 8 games, they are out of contention because, as I have said, in this entire cycle, the one team that will upset the entire balance is South Africa. South Africa, because of their wins in New Zealand and because they have won all the series that they have played at home so far, are in a very great position. New Zealand also benefited from that. That is why they qualified for the final. They didn't lose a single series at home. So India, they have to win all now. India will have to win both against Bangladesh. They have to do a 4-0 sweep of Australia. But because Australia have won series in Pakistan and they're on the cusp of winning in Sri Lanka, it's not necessary they'll do a 4-0. India's thing is very simple. They have to win 5 out of the remaining 6 games and ensure Australia loses 6 out of the remaining 8 games that are against the Proteas and against India. So a total of 10. They have got 10 tests remaining in this cycle yet. But Australia have a massive advantage. South Africa, they are the team who have really thrown every other team's plan awry because they are now on 71.43 percentage points and they have 3 series left. But 2 of those series are against England and Australia. The West Indies series, whether they will play 2 or 3 tests is not confirmed. By my reckoning, it should be a 2-test series. But England and Australia are 2 very important series for South Africa. For India's sake, what they must do now, if England win 3-0, 2-1 or 1-0, it hurts India a lot more. South Africa, on the other hand, if they win 3-0, 1-0 or 2-0 or even 2-1, they remain in second. So this England-South Africa series is further going to dent India's chances. Because if England win 3-0, 2-1 or 1-0 or even 2-0, who benefits? It's Pakistan. Because Pakistan, those 2 percentage points which were docked for India, those 2 points which were docked due to slow over rate has put Pakistan at 52.38. They have 3 series left. But what is the advantage that Pakistan have? They are playing 2 series at home. They play 3 against England, not confirmed yet. Officially, the venues and the fixtures have not yet been announced. They play New Zealand at home. The venues have not yet been announced. Their next assignment is going to be against Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka are not setting the stage on fire because they are under immense pressure. They were hammered in India. They are now on the cusp of a thrashing even against Australia at home. So, unfortunately, Pakistan will take advantage of that and they will possibly defeat Sri Lanka. But their next games against England and New Zealand at home gives them an added edge. Many people might be asking whether India versus Pakistan final in the World Test Championship is possible. After this defeat in Edgbaston, very highly unlikely. Because Pakistan, even if they win out of, say, they want to play 7 tests. If they win all 7, India, because of their previous losses and also because a 4-0 guarantee is not there against Australia, their chances dim. So either it could be Pakistan, Australia, Pakistan, South Africa or Australia, South Africa. Those are the 3 finalists that are looking much more probable. For India, it is very easy. They have to win all 6. But whitewashing this current Australian team will not be easy under Pat Cummins. They will get a major benefit if West Indies do the unthinkable. West Indies have 3 series. They are going to play Australia, they will play South Africa, and they are also going to play against, they have already played against Bangladesh. They are 2 series away against Australia and South Africa. If they win that, well, then it will be a real boost for them. Because remember, West Indies did upset Pakistan. They have beaten England and they have also beaten the West Indies. They have beaten Bangladesh. So at home, they have been pretty good. But because they lost to Sri Lanka in their away series, that has dipped their chances a lot more. So India's World Test Championship hopes have taken a massive hit after Edgbaston. Let us be very clear about it. Again, let me reiterate the calendar, what is happening. India played 2 series now, one against Bangladesh, one against Australia. That will be the end of their home and away cycle. Australia, on the other hand, they have got plenty of tests, and you could potentially see them win 2 out of the 3 matches against Sri Lanka and West Indies. But this South Africa and India, 7 tests against them in November, December, Feb, March. That if they lose 6 out of 8, they are out of the reckoning in the World Test Championship. South Africa, they are in pole position to seal their spot, provided they do well against England. Because remember, they have not won since 2017 against England. They lost at home 3-1 in 2015. They were even beaten in South Africa recently. So that is a bit of a concern heading into this series for them. Pakistan, even they too can now upset the apple cart, provided they do not suffer any penalty points when it comes to overs. Sri Lanka, 2 tests could be very easy for them. England could be a tricky opposition, but again, they are playing at home, and England, they have not won a test in Pakistan since 2000. New Zealand, low on confidence. We don't know which New Zealand team will turn up. So Pakistan are also in a pole position, but they have to hope either of South Africa or Australia slip up big time towards the fag end. India will have to now rely on mathematical permutations and combinations, because a percentage point of 52 does not guarantee them a spot in the World Test Championship. As I had said, 65 to 70. 65 is the high probability, 70 is all but assured. Australia and South Africa both will have dips. Because if South Africa beats Australia 3-0, then Australia are all but out of the reckoning. So it is very clear now, an India-Pakistan final might not happen in this cycle. Perhaps Australia-South Africa, maybe Australia-Pakistan, maybe Pakistan-South Africa, but India featuring the final, 2023 final, perhaps at Lord's, that looks a bridge too far now. Thank you so much for joining us in the special ICC World Test Championship Explainer. I will be back with more such analysis, and press the bell icon and subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and information. We are also there on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.